one piece of legislation. They want to just make it raise the debt limit and say we'll talk about spending later. But it's so close in the House that they're going to keep that pressure up in the hopes they can swing a few Republicans to join with all the Democrats who will just vote to raise the debt limit. And so this is a real test for Kevin McCarthy and his speakership. Can he hold the Republican majority so that it doesn't give Biden that real option? He's either got to take the spending cuts with the debt increase, or he's going to have to face a default. That's McCarthy can accurately say, we have raised the debt limit, but we are not going to go forward unless we get spending, even minor spending restraints is what it amounts to. It amounts to money that hasn't been spent.
Absolutely. Back to 2022 levels. That's it. It's repurposing pandemic money. This stuff is so easy for them to work out, and then we got to be mature about where we go from here. And then how to grow the economy, too. That would definitely help spending bill. Michael, congratulations again on your award. Well deserved. And thanks so much for joining us today.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Brian.
All right, go get it. Michael Goodwin. We come back to your calls, 1-866-408-7669. Then we go inside Washington with the great Brett Baer. You're listening to the Brian Kilmeade Show. So glad you're here.
It's Brian Kilmeade.
What is meat meal, and why is it in your dog food? As awful as it sounds, meat meal can be made of spoiled supermarket meat and packing house scraps, and you never feed that to your dog, right? That's why Dr. Marty Pets developed Nature's Blend, because your dog needs a diet full of real cuts of meat, similar to what they would eat in the wild. Dogs go bonkers for the premium flavor and texture of Nature's Blend. In fact, when given the choice between Nature's Blend and Amazon's #1 bestseller in fried dog food, 29 out of 30 dogs chose Nature's Blend first. The goal from Seattle Rises says this: have a senior Chihuahua and he's been bouncing around the house like a new pup. Give your dog a food they will love, support their youthful energy, healthy skin, easy digestion, and happy full life without meat meal. For a limited time, claim 54% off your dog supply of Dr. Marty Pets Nature's Blend and receive a free pack of premium dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/turkey or text turkey to 511-511. Text turkey to 511-511. Study available upon request. Message and data rates may apply.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
News, traffic, weather, stimulating talk. Always on. 96.9 FM. 103.5 FM, online at KSRO.com and the KSRO app. You're listening to Sonoma County's FM News Talk, KSRO.
Life is made up of moments that matter. Those Little League games under the lights, building the best ice cream sundaes, those family photo shoots, and unforgettable senior proms. As your public power provider, we at Sonoma Clean Power thrive on being part of your everyday moments, the moments we all cherish. That's why with every small effort, we're working toward a clean energy future for our families, teammates, neighbors, and those we have not yet met. So let's come together, work together, take care of today, and honor tomorrow. Let's protect the place we call home, the place where our children's children will grow. Join us on the clean energy journey, because the best is yet to come. Learn how your actions can make an even greater impact at poweringeverydaymoments.org. Sonoma Clean Power. Powering moments that matter.
More than just a source of money, American Ag Credit is a source of financial expertise to help grow your success. To help you get a lay of the land, we partner with Terrain, a team of ag economists and industry analysts who deliver exclusive insight and confident forecasting in the market areas that have an impact on your business. Discover a lender that works for you at agloan.com/terrain. American Ag Credit. Your future grows here.
Sonoma County, get your free Ream Rude heat pump water heater today. Yes, I said free water heater. In most cases, energy rebates and tax incentives pay for the complete installation. As a Sonoma Clean Power contractor, John Owen Services will be your best choice. Lower utility bills and reduce California's carbon footprint with an efficient electric Ream Rude heat pump water heater. Call now, 855-456-2906, or visit our website at johnowenservices.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom, but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
The Drive with Steve Jackson on KSRO. Quality conversation. Weekday afternoons at 3.
Sonoma County's FM News Talk, KSRO.
Fox News and Amazon Alexa.
If you're interested in it, Brian's talking about it. You're with Brian Kilmeade.
Jordan Nearly was not armed with
Slow down.
He did not attack any person. He did not manifest any physical threat. And so there was no justification for choking Jordan Nearly for 15 minutes and then ultimately choking him to death. Like, Mr. Penny should be prosecuted for homicide in some form, whether it's murder or manslaughter. If the feeling of discomfort becomes grounds for killing the severely mentally ill, then we cease to be a civilized society.
100%. And I thoroughly, if you just to reframe your memory, just so you know, there was a out of command schizophrenic lunatic who's been arrested 44 times on a subway threatening people, and a 24-year-old Marine, he's 30 years old, put him in a headlock. We don't know what happened in between, but just looked to restrain him. So bad it was 2 other passengers grabbed his arms because the guy was threatening people. We all see it all the time. If you are ever in a subway in New York, you know exactly what we're talking about. It happens randomly. This happened 2:30 in the afternoon, and sadly the guy died. And nobody, you don't restrain somebody and try to kill him at the same time. They say it's a chokehold. It was restraining hold. It was submission hold. So we got him to the ground, and we don't know the exact details of what happened, but today they're going to decide, more than likely, a grand jury gets the case, whether to indict this guy. And I'm telling you, already, it's going to freeze people that not touch people. So ironically, one of the things that this guy went to jail for was punching a woman in the head, an older woman in the head when she wasn't looking. She still has brain damage today. So next time you see a crazed guy on a subway and you see him harassing people that obviously can't defend themselves, you have to think twice. If your instinct says, let me go help that person, you have to wonder, am I going to ruin my family, my livelihood, my personhood? Am I going to lose my freedom for doing the right thing? And now there's ridiculous protests over the weekend. They dove into the subway on the tracks. They stopped these who go and they stop people from getting off subways. You hear people saying, I need to get to work, I need to get to work. And they just continue to block it. They block bridges, led by Hawk Newsom and other idiots who think this is a black-white situation because the guy was black. And they're playing his Michael Jackson impersonation and saying that the governor saying you should be allowed to be a passenger in a subway and not get killed. Yeah, you should be a passenger in a subway and not get threatened with your life by somebody saying, I don't care about going to prison, I don't care if I die. So we're going to find out what's going to happen as soon as today. But believe me, if this guy is indicted, all hell's gonna break loose. It's upside down world all over again. Listen to the Brian Kilmeade Show. When we come back, I go inside politics with Brett Baer, one of the most consequential weeks that I can remember, outside an election week, that I can remember, probably ever. I'll explain when we come back.
Welcome to KSRO. You've found your hometown station for news, traffic, weather, and stimulating talk. Broadcasting from our state-of-the-art studios on Mendocino Avenue in Santa Rosa, live and local and always on.
Sonoma County's FM News Talk, KSRO, at 103.5 in Santa Rosa and 96.9 in Petaluma.
Sonoma County's FM News Talk, KSRO.
In Brownsville, Texas, say the suspect in a deadly crash at a bus stop had a lengthy rap sheet.
Driver of the vehicle, later identified as George Alvarez, 1988, had attempted to flee the scene after impact, but was held down by several individuals on scene.
Chief Felix Haceda says Alvarez is charged with manslaughter. Federal investigators are looking into whether the gunman who killed 8 people at a mall in Allen, Texas, was interested in neo-Nazi and white supremacist ideology. A state of emergency in Rockland County, New York. County Executive Ed Day declaring it after New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced plans to house more than 300 migrants at a hotel there.
We all work together, we do things the right way. We don't need somebody dropping things on us by surprise.
Day says his county isn't prepared to house the migrants. The White House working on new regulations to require airlines to compensate passengers after big delays. Daria Albenberg, ABC News.
I'm Jerry Willis, and this is the Fox Business Report.
High costs and weaker demand cut into Tyson Foods' business in recent months. It lost money in the quarter and cut its sales forecast for the year. It's a sign of the impact of inflation on the meat industry. Tyson makes its namesake brands along with Ballpark, Hillshire Farms, Jimmy Dean, and others. The company produces about 1 out of every 5 pounds of chicken, beef, and pork sold in the U.S. An index which gauges U.S. employment trends rose last month, but hinted at slowing job gains in the coming months as employers face labor shortages and recession risks. Industrial production in Germany contracted more than expected in March. Analysts are citing a decline in automotive production, suggesting weak demand as high interest rates weighed in on spending. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Rich Dennison, invested in you.
Democrats just want to win the next election, and they're trying to do it with ceaseless money print. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon is critical protecting retirement right now with a gold IRA from Birch Gold. To learn more, get a free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word shelter to 989898. There's nothing to buy and no obligation at all. Text the word shelter to 989898 to get a free info kit on gold. Paid for by Birch Gold Group.
It's about time. Your time. Sonoma County's morning news. Ask the expert. The Ramsey Show. The Drive with Steve Jackson. Guy Benson. Ground Zero. Coast to Coast AM. It's talk radio at its finest. And it's about time. 103.5 FM. 96.9 FM. 1350 AM. Online on the time at KSRO.com. Sonoma County's FM News Talk. KSRO.
Country Summer, presented by Bud Light, rocks the Sonoma County Fairgrounds in Santa Rosa, June 16th, 17th, and 18th. Country Summer with Leonard Skinner Friday. If I leave here tomorrow. Eric Church Saturday. And Lee Price and Brothers Osborne Sunday. There's a rumor going round and round and round. Along with the Cadillac 3. Matt Stell and Tyler Farr. In all, over 20X across the Chevy Silverado and Redwood Credit Union stages. Brought to you by Bud Light, Bay Area Chevy dealers, Tito's Vodka, Friedman's Home Improvement, Kendall Jackson Wines, Redwood Credit Union, Sonoma Clean Power, and Jack Daniels. Live freely, drink responsibly. Plenty of activities for the whole family to enjoy. You won't want to miss out on Northern California's biggest party. Tickets on sale now at countrysummer.com.
I'm KSRO's Dale Trucillos with Sonoma County's most accurate, most dependable forecast. It'll be warming up this week. Today topping out at just 64 degrees with sunny skies in the afternoon, 56 along the coast. Wind speeds are mild, cloudy skies overnight, low 44. Mostly sunny then for the rest of the week, high 60s for Tuesday and Wednesday, mid-70s for Thursday, and then Friday getting into the low 80s. Depend on weather every 30 minutes. And FM News Talk 103.5 and 96.9 KSRO.
Down just since February, and the skepticism over his leadership extends deep inside his own party. Only 36% of Democrats think that their party should nominate Joe Biden for a second term. 58% say they would support someone else, prefer someone else. That's despite the fact that the entire DNC and most of the Democratic establishment has rallied behind President Biden.
So that was Rick Klein, who's been on before with Brett Baer. I think, I'm not speaking out of school, but now he's with ABC as a contributor, and he's breaking down the numbers. And it's just a stunning ABC poll that George Stephanopoulos made news because he said it's just awful for President Biden, no doubt about it. When you have 36% approval rating, pretty awful. 58% prefer someone else to run if you're a Democrat. This is among Democrats. In terms of who handled the economy better, Biden or Trump, 36% say Biden, 54% say Trump. And this is the most stunning news. Head-to-head, Trump beats Biden and DeSantis beats Biden. 149-42 and DeSantis 48-41, who's not officially even in the race. Brett Baer joins us, chief political anchor. 5 No Special Report. It's going to be hosting in a few hours. Brett, welcome back.
Hey, Brian.
Pretty stunning. I've never seen a poll. I've never, ever, that I can remember, that Trump ever leading Biden by at all. It may be by 1 or 2 tops. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's a big shift. And this is, ABC Washington Post, respected poll, and one that is an eye-opener. I mean, a real eye-opener. And it's not just the low approval rating, which had been trending, in a number of polls. But you're right, in the head-to-head, Trump plus 7, that really takes away the, electability arguments or lack of that some Republicans and Democrats, point to Donald Trump as being vulnerable. In this poll, he's not vulnerable. It is President Biden who's vulnerable, and I think that's across the board. It's not just the shaky economy that people are worried about. It's also his capability and ability. You saw that answer to MSNBC about his age. I don't think people are buying it.
How about the fact that he called a press conference for himself that he wasn't having on Friday?
Major press conference, and he was talking about the MSNBC interview, and they had to walk that back within the hour at the White House. And there's a lot of walking back at the White House. And, a lot of people turn the other way and say, well, it's just Joe being Joe. Not sure that the American public's seen that.
So their big scramble now, and it's no secret, it's been written up everywhere, is to make Kamala Harris a legitimate presidential candidate. And let people say, hey, he might be a little old, but Kamala Harris is ready to go. Is it working?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think anybody's pointing to a lot of accomplishments that Kamala Harris has made. I don't think they're saying, the border looks great or, any of these issues have really been in our column. So, when they put her out politically, it doesn't seem to move the needle even among Democrats. So, I've had a lot of conversations with top Democrats who are really, really worried that they're positioning themselves to run another campaign that's just anybody but Trump and not have the juice to beat Trump. That's really the
That's a mess. No
sense
one's
I get
guiding
in
traffic. I
Democratic
mean, it's
circles.
completely Here's what a Hakeem mess Jeffries here. said yesterday, cut 6. All they do is fucking
Well, that's
talk.
one
That's
poll,
all
and
they
I've
fucking
seen
do.
other
Hate
public opinion
construction
surveys
workers
that
for
have
reason.
indicated that there's a closer approximation between the actual reality of the incredible job that President Biden has done